Our next dude right here, though. My man got paid. Lil Mike Hilton, baby. Obviously, we talked about him to the Bengals, 4-year, $24 million. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. We talked about him and Cam Sutton. Obviously, we thought that Mike fit our scheme better, but we say you get a lot more versatility with Cam Sutton, right? Being able to play inside and outside and at safety. But this one, I feel like maybe because it's in the division. Maybe that's why. I feel like we lost a piece and they got a piece. Granted, it's the Bengals, so I don't feel like they were as close to us compared to like the Browns or the Ravens, but it's like, dog, gosh. You're taking a piece and then you're giving us some help. Come on, baby. Don't do it to us both ways now. No. But as a whole, man, I think this is probably the one where I'm the most confident we'll be okay going forward. As it pertains to Tyson, Vince, Filer, and Dupree, my sentiments are very different around them. But with Mike Hilton, more so because I know Cam Sutton. It's a proven commodity. We've seen it. Even though it has been a 4-year sample size, these past 2 years have been really good from Cam. That's why for me, it's like, I don't have to speculate if he can do this. We don't have to worry about, is this guy going to hit this productive streak out the blue? Is he going to do something we've never seen him do before? I don't want miracles. I don't like miracles right now. I want consistency. You feel me? When we speak on some of these other players, it sounds real miracle-less. It's like, all right, if this works and that works and this works, then yeah. I don't like that. That's too many moving pieces for me. This right here is simple. Mike Hilton gone? Okay, cool. We know Cam Sutton. I know that's going to ball. That's why I feel very confident in this.
Well, it's funny, too, because a lot of people would probably put Mike Hilton 1 or 2 in terms of the free agent needs that the Steelers had. Yep. But because you name Vince Williams, you name Filer, you name who else did you name in terms of lost? Tyson Alualu.
But
no one's thinking about that. But if you're talking about the people that we have behind in those positions, it's just funny because Mike Hilton's the way bigger name. He's made way more bigger of a splash with the Pittsburgh Steelers over these past few seasons.
Yep.
But based off position, I think you're right, man. It's tough because he did fit this style of play with the Steelers, with the blitzing and some of the physicality and the versatility that he brought. At the same time, were we going to be able to bring him back for $6 million? Now all of a sudden,
right.
and this is what makes me think: did the Steelers know something about Justin Lane or James Pierre that we don't? Because in a way, if they believe in those guys, bringing back Mike Hilton would almost stunt that potential growth that they have at a friendlier number money-wise. So that's it.
I guess for me, the only reason why I don't share that sentiment is when I look at Justin Lane, how many snaps has he taken defensively throughout this time? How many opportunities has he had when Cam Sutton might have been down, or when Mike Hilton might have been down, or when Joe Hayden was dealing with his situation? They passed up on Justin Lane to go with who? James Pierre. We didn't know about James Pierre until he got in there and started to make some things happen. So with that makes me start to be a little bit more leery of how the organization views Justin Lane. Because, I mean, if anything, dude, the pedigree alone should have gave him the opportunities, right? Just based on where he was drafted at. But he was never getting those opportunities, and they passed him up for an undrafted guy, right?
Well, maybe that's what I mean. Well, I said Lane and Pierre, but maybe they're really high on Pierre then.
Okay, but even if you're really high on Pierre, I'm just trying to figure out in terms of, is James Pierre... I don't know, man. You're a lot more optimistic about James than I am. We'll just leave it at that.
I have to be now. I have to be.
Say, God. I guess this is where we differ, right? In these scenarios, you lean towards optimism to help you get through it. For me, I lean towards just the realism of it. And it's like the expectations continue to go down, but it's better that way for me because if they come out here and surprise me, great. I would much rather they surprise me and I give them the reaction to me being surprised for them than my expectations be high for them. And then they let me down. And then I got to give you my expectations once you've let me down. Drastically different. So that's why for me, I'm just going to tailor myself now. I'm not going on the duck roller coaster again. I've done that. I'm not doing it. I refuse to. You tried to sell me on Duck. Remember, you shout out to my man Banger with Steeler Gang. Yo, I mean, didn't Chevy the home? Chevy came up here and tried to sell us on it. I'm sitting here, I was over here like, all right, okay. And then I finally hop on the train and we see what it looked like. I was like, nope, nah, bruh. You ain't getting me again. All right. So as much as y'all trying to sell me on James Pierre, I don't even know him personally. I think he's a good kid. I like his game on tape. But me liking it and loving it are different. Very, very different. I like it in the short sample size. I like it in, unison with everybody else. I don't know how I feel about that by itself just yet. I don't. So that's why for me, I'm just like, I'm going to just tailor it down. I'm going to just say, you know what? We'll see what happens. I hope that he can, live up to these expectations that are going to be put on him by some people. But for me, I just don't like this situation all the way. Trust the organization though, right? Trust the process. That's what they say. Trust the process.
Listen, there's no other option, man.
My goodness,
there's some
man.
things floating around on Twitter. As soon as Mike Hilton left, all of a sudden they were talking about Chase Claypool and Mike Hilton. He's going to be mossing him, and that's what we got to go with, man. He's on the other team. You leave, you're not on the Steelers anymore. We say, good for you, got the money. We got to move on, though. This is who we have.
You know what I had a vision of, and it sucked, right? Chase Claypool lined up in the slot. Mike Hilton matched up on him. Primetime, first Monday night game of the year for the Pittsburgh Steelers, hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. Mike Hilton's first return to Pittsburgh. So he's lined up across from Chase Claypool. Obviously, they're yapping a little bit back and forth. You got Banner at left tackle. Mike Hilton doing what he does, right? He's playing the game of, am I coming or am I in coverage? Am I coming or am I in coverage? And Banner thinks that he's in coverage. Claypool doesn't alert Ben. Claypool raises his hand like he's open for a pass. Zach Banner blocks down on the 5 technique. Mike Hilton comes through, blasts Ben, strip sack. Ben hurts his arm and is done for the year. And we suck and we lose again. That's what I just saw. All right. That's Mike Hilton to me.
Come on, bro.
I'm just, all right. I understand how Steelers Nation do it. I got you. I'm with you. But you just know it can go both ways with these, how that energy should be. And you know how he do it. Am I blissing? No, I'm covered. Oh, and then he blasts you. So, just be careful. I done seen him do a lot better, people worse. That's all I'm saying. How many tackles have you fooled? He's right and left tackles. He fools everyone. We know this.
He's good at the blitz, man.
No, not good. Elite at the blitz. It's a difference. And we've seen
Bengals might misutilize him though. Who knows?
That's hoping. That's a lot of hope right there. That's a lot of hope.
Bengals don't have a good track record though for any of this.
You said what now?
Bengals don't have the best track record of
They got a whole new staff.
I understand that.
You can't put Marvin Lewis's regime and their shortcomings on the new staff. Come on, man. They've been there for what, 2 years, 3 years now? You can't put that on them.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying that's definitely possible too.
I felt like it was more of a possibility with the old regime. I think with this new regime, it's a little bit different. That's all I'm saying, man.
Sure.
I mean, because they can make the same case about us, right? In terms of, are we even going to utilize Chase Claypool the right way? I mean, the past regime, you saw how we utilized him, especially towards the end of the year. He became almost non-existent in the offense at times. Is that going to continue? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what you just put on the Bengals. That's what you're putting on, It's different. Yeah, it's different.
We're going to have to.
Yeah. But it's going to be crazy. Gosh. But either way, it's the Bengals. And the Bengals will always be the Bengals. They're going to find a way to mess it up. So I'm with you on that.